Hey, what the heck are you doing with that thing anyway? What's this? What do you do with this? What, you spin it around and it's like solved or something? Spin it around too many times. Is this supposed to be cool? What do you even... How many of these combinations does this even have anyway?
Welcome, everybody. This is a Rubik's Cube. I'm Grant, and this is Kyle, and we're here to talk to you about this Rubik's Cube. Now, if you've noticed, Rubik's Cubes can spin like this, or like this, or some other ways probably too. So there's a lot of different combinations to how you can do a Rubik's Cube. So we were thinking, how many are there? Well, let's find out. So to start off, we counted and found out that there are 8 different corner pieces on this Rubik's Cube and 12 different edge pieces. So keep those numbers in your head because they're going to be important for our calculations later. Yeah.
Alright.
Go ahead.
Alright, so we got 12 edges, or we've got 8 corner pieces. Now, all of these edge pieces can be oriented in different ways, so that's a factorial, along with the corners. All of the positions and edges can be swapped out to any of the other positions. Now, each of these edges can be taken and turned up, they can be flipped. So that means that each of the 12 edges has 2 positions, so that's to figure out the combination. So that's the same as 2 to the 12. And that also, for the corners, each corner has 3 possible positions because it can be turned once and twice, but then a third time back to its original position. So that each of those 8 corners has 3 positions. But now for each of these, there are these things called parities, which are not possible with 3x3 Rubik's Cube. So we have 3 different types of parities. One of them is the corner parity, which is the same. You can only flip 3 corners at once, so that's the number 3. So when we have the division, we're dividing up the number of not possible positions that are in here. But then there's also, if you have each edge, if you were to flip it once, you cannot flip it once, you have to flip 2 at a time. So then that's also times 2. And then when you have 2 across from each other, you also cannot just flip one of them. So you have to multiply by 2 again, which is the same as 12. So when you multiply out this number, you get about 43 quintillion, which is about
Crazy.
4
That's huge, guys.
times 10 to the 9th.
What a large number. Who would have expected that there were so many combinations on such a small cube?
Not me. There are approximately 43 quintillion.
How the heck does this include calculus?
Watch your
You may be wondering, how does this relate to calculus? Well, here's how. Wow, there it is. That was cool, right guys? So, this is the equation that we generally use to find, to approximate factorials, such as an exclamation point. This is usually how we write them, just like how we wrote them to figure out this value. So, we can use an integral to solve the factorial, as that's how you implement calculus
Yeah.
to this problem. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
If it's a different type of Rubik's Cube, not just a cube. Yeah, but
Excellent question, Michaela. With us today are this one with 12 sides and this one that's a 4x4. So, as you saw, we knew how to do the 3x3, but actually these calculations are very fundamentally similar, but also require a lot more calculations than we are capable of doing at this time. So, we would like to pose this as a question to all of you mathematicians out there to try and look into if it interests you, because it's a very cool subject, and we already found it out for the one. So feel free to check it out for these.
Question. Why are Rubik's Cubes so cool? The world may never know.
So, what if I don't know how to solve a Rubik's Cube?
what advice do you have for beginner Rubik's Cubers?
A couple of things you can do depending on who you are. One, if you're an idiot, you should look up some YouTube videos because you're not going to figure it out yourself. Second, if you're about the average intelligence, you can you can start messing around with it. After a little while, you start to get like this much of it. But you gotta like really devote yourself to be able to solve these. There's definitely strategies to it. Like the one thing that's really big is to make a cross here. You can solve the corners, and then you just hold it upside down the whole time, and then you were to solve the whole second layer and then the third layer. It's like that's the main thing to do, solve it in layers.
What? Also, guys, it's really important to go check on WikiHow because they have tutorials, and on YouTube for tutorials for how to solve a Rubik's Cube. Thank you.
Right now I'm playing Clash of Clans.
What's going on, guys? This has been Grant and Kyle teaching you about the Rubik's Cube math. Thank you.